Hello, good people. Welcome to a new episode of Dada Next Door, that is D&D. I'm your host, Tracy Kajuju, and I'm so excited for today's episode. I feel like it's been a while. It's been a minute, or maybe it's just me. But anyway, I'm so glad that you could join us today. Thank you for tuning in. We are so happy that this family is growing day in and day out. Our numbers are going up. So thank you so much to everyone who has been sticking around with us. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please kindly subscribe to our channel and keep engaging with us on all our socials. It's always Kelele TV on each and every social media platform that you can think of. We're also on TikTok, so you won't miss us anywhere. And before I go any further, I'm so pleased to announce to you that today I'm joined by two gorgeous, lovely, fantabulous ladies. It's getting hot in here because the women I have today in this house, they're going to shake things up a little bit. So who should I start with? I think it's only fair I start with our newest guest, the one and only Miss Sheila Juma. Karibu to the show. Round of applause, please. Hi, Sheila.
Hi, Tracy.
Talk to us. Who are you?
Okay, my name is Sheila Juma. I'm a TV host. I host a motorsport show.
Hello there. So great to have you tuned in to Kelele
also an
TV for
editor.
yet another episode of the Motor Week.
Nice. You've had, she's a TV show host. You should definitely check her out. I think today's topic, we're going to focus a little bit on what Sheila is doing. And of course, our resident co-host, our resident guest, Sharon. Karibu sana.
Hi everyone, it's Sharon, Miss New to double S one time. Why am I excited? I don't know. It's because you have Sheila.
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my lying face. Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much for always having me. Thank you so much for always creating a space where I can come and talk for a solid 2 minutes and no one judges me offline. I don't know about the online people, but anyway, it's a good day. D&D, what's up?
It's lovely to see you all. You know, I've been scrolling through social media and I was like, what's happening in Kenya today? And all I can see is just pastors, pastor who, pastor that,
Madness.
pastor this, pastor that. And I'm just like, oh my God, I've had enough of these pastors. I don't even want to talk about them anymore. So I'm going to ask you guys, have you ever been in a situation, or have you seen someone be in a situation whereby you have a man, but this man is the errand boy of the group? So like your boy or your man or your friend is the one like, hey, wenda tuchukulie, wenda tubaye, shika fungo za gari, go get us something from the car. Has anyone experienced that? Sheila seems like you have something to say about it.
Sheila side. Which one of these brothers? What reflection have you had?
I would say my ex
Whoa.
used to be like that. So ungefeel tu hiyo pressure. Yani unaona ni kama anakutumia. Yeah, kitu kama hiyo. So ikafika mahali nikamwambia this is too much. Because hangefanya anything.
So you're the errand person.
Yes.
In the
Oh no. Imagine. So hiyo ndio ilifanya tuka.
You parted ways.
Yeah.
And were you doing it
I
out of
felt-
goodness or because you wanted to impress?
At first, nilidhani tu itakuwa for some time. Yes, of course ungemtuma, angefanya. But ingefika a time, anataka tu ni wewe. Nikashoka. Nikasema hata bado hujaleta mahari. Na ukileta, sasa sitakuwa ni kama ni... Yeah.
Wait. Let's take this. Let's take this a step at a time. I need to understand. So, you're in a relationship, and you've turned. There are those things you do out of acts of service. Like
Yes.
you know, this is my partner. If he requests, please do this for me. cool. But now it becomes like it's a trend. And was it like you have to do it, or is when you're flexible and there ama nataka hii kimbilia?
Yeah, I would say kituka kuwa flexible, kituka hiyo.
Oh, so like nataka maji. Babe, nataka maji, niletee maji.
Niletee maji.
Niletee.
Nataka kuoga.
Nifanyie.
I just got tired.
I hope he was not that way with the friends, because now I'm just trying to imagine from what Tracy just read, now him being the errand boy to his friends. Sasa yeye ndio anatumwa.
No.
Oh, it never happened.
No.
Let me
Or was he also doing that to his friends as well?
Or maybe he was
I
the
doubt.
one getting people to run errands for him as from his circle.
Then that one I couldn't see that. But ingekuja kwa mimi,
Oh,
There's a lot to
sending
It
you
was a
very-
lot of work.
trauma.
How would you feel? How would you feel?
I don't know. I've not been in a situation where like someone close to me has been an errand person, but I've seen it from like a circle where, you know, when you go to a social gathering and you meet other people and then they're like, oh, I think we should do ABCD, and then there's this one person, this one character, niaje mazesi uchukulie funguo za gari, niaje nasikia ku drinks ni nini, and then he's the flexible one.
Yeah.
And then, but also when you look at, let me call it social status, kidogo mwenye anatumwa ako chini. And you know, if you, let me tell, it doesn't even apply to like men, even ladies. If you don't have money, please, you don't have a voice. Like,
Very
I'm just,
true.
yes, I'm just imagining if you were in this circle heavy, you're stable, you have your money, Tracy, you're stable, and then there is me who is still trying to build myself.
Sure.
Tracy, sasa utaniambia nikwende wig Du Bois, nitaenda. Uniambia ati, oh, I'm gonna pay for your cab, I'll pay for your lunch, nini, or any other favors that may come afterwards. Nani atakwambia sitapanda hapa nini, City Hopper, mapema very fast, nikushikia wig. So I think those things can be attributed to, like, I think it's just how the social setting is.
Today we are getting to know Sheila. Sheila is a TV host. So I'd want to know, I understand that it's something you started recently,
Yes.
hosting. Did you ever think you're going to be hosting a show of that type, or maybe something?
motor show for that
Yeah,
matter.
motor sports show.
It never crossed my mind. Niseme ni culture shock.
Kwa nini?
The first time I started, it was hard because ata hapo nyuma I was not sikuwa fan wa motorsport. Maybe I would watch rallying once in a while, but vitu na biking, Formula 1, no, hazikuwa. Mimi football, athletics, hizo ndio zilikuwa zangu. But when nilianza kufanya hiyo motorsport show, it was not easy. And it was my first time on camera. After school, it was just radio. So kuja first time kwa camera, it was hectic. And I'm shy.
So how have you overcome the shyness? Because you have to overcome it.
Nangangana nayo.
Still up to now,
Yes,
nangangana.
nangangana nayo.
What do you feel when you go in front of the camera?
At first wana feel nervous, but ukianza unaflow nayo. Confidence, gain confidence pole.
I think I can relate to what you're saying, because also me, when I started hosting this show, D&D, I didn't know I could do it, and I was also very tensed, very nervous during the first episode. I was thinking and overthinking and stressing myself out, but the more you do it, I think the more it gets into you.
Kabisa. Because hata before to upload show, tulikuwa tumefanya kama shows kama 3. Na nakumbuka hata intro ya show ya kwanza, nilisema mara kama 50. Sharon can attest to that.
You know, the reason why I'm laughing is maybe people who are viewing this don't know, but yeah, sometimes it's good to expose yourself. So I'm the culprit behind this to be. I'm part of the culprits that have made this to be hosts. So, and for personally, for someone who's not been in front of the camera, I remember even the first time when I joined Tracy to be like, just to be a guest, it was tough. So I understand. And right now, I'm not tough on any talent that goes in front of the camera, because I know how much effort, how much art and skill one requires to just sit in front of the camera and just speak, just introduce yourself without feeling, even without swallowing your words. But yeah, you guys are doing well.
Thank you.
You guys are doing well, because I mean, Sheila, I'm just curious to know. You said before this you didn't have any interest in motorsport. Ulikuwa tu umesikia tu ile tu watu waenda Vasha, lakini ukisikia Vasha ni sherehe, not the sports
Not
bit
the
of
rally.
it. So since you started now covering motorsports, and I don't think I've seen any female like anchor or host do motorsports like in details, just tell how the circuits happen. I have 1 to 3 knowledge because I was forced into watching the F1 documentary. But how has it been like for you? Like, are you embracing it? Now do you enjoy the sport? Are you a fan of one particular one? I know there are many. There's the motorcycle, there's the Formula 2, Formula 3, the Formula 1, WRC, the 4-wheel drive. I hope I'm mentioning them. I did my research. You're welcome.
I'm just floating. That's why I'm very quiet.
Yeah, so
I don't know the difference between Formula 1, 2, or 3.
So is there like one that you feel like, wow, I've clicked with this one and I feel like I'm enjoying this? Or, well, okay, basically just feel as in on the transition. Pole to how has it been like transitioning from not enjoying the sports to now making it your weekly bread?
Yeah. Right now, I can say I'm embracing it and I'm happy to host that show. Yani sahi hata nikiingia YouTube, siwezi tafuta kitu kingine. Niangalie past events, niangalie events zinakuja. Kitu napenda ni rallying, WRC, na Formula 1 kidogo. Because of the venye tu cars zina move fast, you just enjoy. And also the commentators wanafanya tu enjoy. Unataka tu uone more and more. Yeah.
So what have you learned in this journey?
Consistency is key. You have to persevere. Sometimes unaweza pata huna story na lazima ujikaze utafute. Juu sahi hata siwezi taka wiki ipite sijafanya show. Sana feel au mafans wataanza kuuliza mbona this week hakuna show. So kitu nimelearn tu ni kukuwa consistent, kupersevere in any situations. Yeah, and it needs resilience too.
Nice.
And patience.
Nice. I think you guys should check out what Sheila is doing, because I also applaud you for what you've been doing. I have witnessed the growth from when you started to where you are right now, and it's quite impressive. And the thing I like about that show, Moto Week? Moto Week. It's because it's a niche that has not quite been explored in Kenya right now.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of potential for that show to grow. And it's good to always take on challenges, whether you know where they're leading you or not. Sometimes just let yourself go out there. And talking about that, at the beginning of this year, I believe we all sat down at some point in time, either the first, second week of January or the last week of December, and we wrote down our goals. So I want to know, I'll start with Sharon. You wrote down something, or maybe you put it in your head, the back of your mind. I don't know where you put down your goals. Did you write down something? And if you did, how is the progress? Do you feel like you're at a point where you can tick off something and say, I'm on my way to achieving this goal?
this is gonna sound so wild because I can't remember the last time I sat down and said 2023 now. Number 1, we are going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I've been those people who swing life. I've been swinging life. A good word. But I think one thing that I stepped into this year having in mind was try to learn as much as possible. Because I've had a mantra for like the last an year and a half or so. Every day is a learning day. So for me, that has been my driving force. Like by the end of the day, have you learned something? It doesn't have to be the complex, I don't know, physics, blah, blah, blah. It could be, I've learned now that there's so much research that goes into doing motorsport. I've learned that for you to have such, you need to be resilient. You can always take up a challenge and go for it. And it gets to a point where it becomes something that you're so passionate about. That's learning. Learning could be, you've worked out umeongelesha. I have my smoky guy. I know Tracy, you know him. And he'll just give you insights. You know, he's always on the road. So he sees a lot of things. Hey, Leo, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's still learning. It's part of interaction. And another thing that I had in mind was to try to be more approaching. So this, most people don't believe it when I say, but I depict very extrovertive signs. Like from the outside, if someone is that, they'll tell you I'm the biggest extrovert, but actually in reality I'm such an introvert, and I always have a hard time approaching people first. Always have a hard time just even first talking to people, like just standing and trying to present something. You'll think I'm a stammerer. I don't know if I am, because I feel like I do stutter, but I'm not a stammerer because I know that's different. So I made it, I took it upon myself to at least try to approach people. Of course, it's gonna be awkward, but so far so good. I've been, you know, this, my saving grace is that I always smile a lot. So when you smile to someone and they smile back at you, that's a step like, hi, I love your t-shirt. That's a conversation. You've already said a conversation. Instead of just smiling and waiting for Sheila to say something to me. So those two, try to learn every day and try to approach people more. It's been hard. Of course, rejection is rejection is real out here, and not everyone is as nice as you think. There are those who will approach them and they think you're weird or you're goof. There are those who you'll try to like just talk to them, even if it's something maybe official, and they'll be like, "Huyu ananiongelesha ananiambia nini, anajua nini." And there are those who will be very welcoming. Oh, hi, it's very nice to engage with you and whatnot. So yeah, I think so far, yeah, we are 3 steps ahead. 3 steps ahead and learning a lot again. Circles back to learning.
That's good to know, Sharon. What about you, Sheila? Did you have written goals?
No. But
Team Swing Life.
Okay, me would deal in a moment, a day at a time. And what I've learned since January, at least kuna skills mpya nime acquire ever since the year started. In line with my career, at least I know how to edit right now. Sikuwa najua video editing back then, but now I can edit something. And also my hosting skills have improved, and I'm ready to do more and more.
Ish.
Hizo ndio vitu.
Super pressure bwana. Tupatie pressure bwana.
To be honest, I'm so shocked. Not in a bad way, but it's kind of, I assumed everyone just sits down and writes their goals and their plans for the year.
Really? You're those
Because
people
I
who
do
have a
that.
jar. They're like, January.
Tick 1, 2.
January, hydrate
Forget
more.
about the ticking fast.
February, try working out. March, make friends.
I am a person who writes, like not writes in terms of author or writing books, no. But I like to write every single thing.
More
I
like
write what I'm
journaling?
thinking. Yes, I journal. I have a journal. I have one every single year. I write my plans for the year. I write my goals. I write everything I want to do. I write lists about everything. Like, I write about my finances. I write my budget. Like, I don't know what is with me. Pen and paper always. I'm just scribbling something. I even write what I want to do for the weekend. Can you believe it?
Allah.
I don't know if that
think
makes
mine
me
would
a
be-
nerd.
Okay, it's giving nerd, but people do their things differently, but surely unaandika aje kuhusu weekend hata wewe. Yeah, but anyway, just aside from us just speaking about the goals we had set or the goals we had envisioned for the literally with the first quarter of the year, what are some of the skills that you've been trying to improve on? And this cuts across. It doesn't have to be in your professional space. It could be in your leisure time, something that you feel, oh, okay, this could be a plus in my life. So I'll start with you, Sheila.
Start with Tracy.
Okay, no worries. Tracy, I'm throwing the ball to you.
So, outside work, I started learning how to play the guitar recently. And I haven't told anybody because, reason being, I am afraid of someone holding me accountable.
There we go, self-discipline.
I am like, if someone knows that I am playing the guitar, they'll be like, so,
What's the
what have you
progress?
learned so far? What's the progress? I think that's the thing which I was scared about. So I haven't like told anyone unless somebody comes to my house and they're like, why do you have a guitar here? Then I'll be like,
You even have
well,
one?
Yes.
Hey, Tracy.
I'll be like, yes, I've been learning how to play the guitar. So can you play something for me? Oh, it's a work in progress. So I have been excited about it. I actually was supposed to do it last year, but I didn't do it. So this year I've started. And my friends, playing the guitar is not a joke, please. If you see people just doing over there,
It's not easy.
it takes time, it takes a lot of patience, a lot of consistency. It's just not easy. And when you start, your fingers will be sore and painful and you will want to give up. And it's not easy. But I'm glad I started. So still struggling a bit with consistency because my idea was to do 20 minutes every day. But sometimes it's just difficult. You get home, you're tired, you just want to take a shower, you just want to sleep, to rest, to maybe cook sometimes. And guitar doesn't have a place in your life at that moment. So, yeah, I'm still struggling, I'm still
But
trying.
you're doing great. I mean,
I hope
you
by
took
the end
that step to actually try something, even if it's not every day, at least in a week. This is an assumption. In a week, you're doing maybe twice or thrice.
Yeah.
It's progress. I mean,
Yeah, for me, that's the
Cheers.
biggest thing this year. So we'll recap in December. We'll see whether I can play something for you guys.
yes, please serenade us with Christmas carols.
Okay.
You thought I'll never come back to you.
Okay. I'm learning how to crochet.
Crochet. Ooh, fun.
But I've been a very bad student.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you using the 2 ones or the one?
The single one.
The single one. Oh, I could help you, I know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then you can be my teacher.
Actually, it's very, crocheting is very therapeutical. It helps me so much when I'm having so much in my mind. I just take it and start sewing and sewing and
Like with that one, the crochet that has a kahook hapo
Yes,
mbele.
yes.
You can crochet with that only.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, you know the 2 ones?
Yeah, zile za kitambo zile refu.
The X. No, now I struggle with those 2. Like, zile zilikuwa zinashona sweta kitambo.
Yeah.
That one I struggled, but this one, the kahook one, I could go on and actually, if I ever materialize it, I could make money off it because it's something very therapeutical. I mean,
I really want to know that. Crocheting.
who do you
for
want to
this
make
year.
a scarf for? Oh my
Or
god.
socks.
Socks. That reminds me, tukiwa watoto mlikuwa na zile sweta za uzi ziko na kapaka hapa nyuma.
Yeah.
Drip. Nice.
Yeah.
Everyone had that. I think Kitambo, it used to be like it's not a skill that you choose. You just know it somehow.
Subconsciously. Okay. I don't know. Have I been? Oh yeah. I'm fascinated by languages so much. Like crazily fascinated by languages. So last I checked, I was fluent in like 3 or 4 languages. So I was fluent in English, Swahili, Kikuyu, and Luo. So and then I said I'm going to at least try to learn 3 or 5 international languages. I know that's extreme.
It's not.
It's extreme because the first language I wanted to learn was Mandarin, but the characters are so difficult. Personally, for me, I found them to be so difficult. So I was like, okay, you know what? It's never that serious.
Yeah.
And then I tried French, and then you have one word having 79 meanings. Why? we.
Pronunciations are just like crazy in French.
So recently I picked on Spanish and Hangul, but
Sorry, what?
Korean Hangul. It's,
Why can't you just say Korean?
It's called Hangul.
A Hangul?
Hangul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just say Korean.
So sorry. Yeah, so I picked on those 2. Why? Because I enjoy a lot of Spanish shows and K shows. So, and it's fun. It's all fun and games watching things with subtitles, but you also want to do other things and still listening to the conversation and understand what they're saying. So Spanish, tunajua count.
Korean. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
괜찮아요?
나 괜찮았어요. 이름이 뭐야?
Hiyo hatujafika.
Yeah. So yeah, but for Hangul, I found the characters are very easy to write, and also once you cram the characters, it's very easy to speak it. But now writing is where the problem is.
Well, ich kann sehr gut Deutsch sprechen.
Tutische bwana.
That's French.
I can speak German. That is what I just said. And then je parle anglais, Deutsch and français.
That's French, right?
Yeah.
Sheila, tuamshe Kiluya bwana. Hai, usikubali.
Anyway, guys.
It's an international language.
Oriena.
Ndimla. When I want to say like niko sawa.
So you say ndimlam.
Oriena.
Ndimlam.
Kusha 6.
Okay, sawa. Anyway, let's wind up this, guys. It's been a very fun and interesting conversation.
Let's wind up in an interesting way. We've all talked about languages, but I feel like there's one language that we always put it behind us, but it's a language we need to embrace. So let's end in Swahili, like nice Swahili.
Everyone gives a parting shot.
Yes, in Swahili.
Let's start with
Sheila
you.
will outshine us. She used to be a radio anchor.
So me nianze, Jumi siko confident, but I still have to close the show anyway.
Yeah, cool.
So you start.
No, Sheila, kick us off.
Haya. Ningependa kuchukua fursa hii kuwashukuru kwa kuweza kunialika kwa
Kipindi hiki.
Okay. Sawa. Ningependa kuchukua fursa hii kuwashukuru nyote kwa kunialika kwa show yenu ya D&D. Ningependa sana kupata mwaliko mwingine next time.
See next time. Wakati ule.
Kiswahili kitukuzwe.
Kiswahili kitukuzwe. Asanteni sana.
Asante Sheila. Sharon.
Okay. Channeling my costume.
Acha kutuwekea hiyo lugha hapo, tunataka hiyo nyingine.
Nashukuru sana kwa fursa hii ambayo umenipa kuweza kunipa jukwaa hili kuja kila wakati na kuwa na maongezi nanyi. Nashukuru sana na kwa wanaotutazama, asanteni kwa ile support mnayotupa pale kwenye mtandao. Pia unaweza waelekeza marafiki zako ama jamii yako kuja kutizama kipindi hiki. Ni hayo tu kwa sasa. Tupatane tukipata wakati mwingine ama kwenye kipindi hicho kingine. Asanteni sana.
Asante sana Sheila na Sharon kwa kujumuika na mimi siku ya leo. Ndugu, dada, wapendwa watazamaji. Wapenzi wapendwa watazamaji.
Individualize mpenzi mtazamaji, tunakushukuru sana kwa kutuungana nasi. Kwa kuungana na sisi kipindi chetu cha leo cha Dada Next Door. Tunatumai ya kwamba utasikia mvuto kusubscribe kwa hii channel yetu, na pia
kafinye kengele.
Finya hiyo kengele, bonyeza hapo chini ndio uweze kusubscribe, na pia finya hiyo kengele ndio uweze kupata ujumbe mwafaka kuhusu show zetu. Ni mimi wako Jessica Juju. Asanteni sana.
Kwenye mtandao kila mahali ni Kelele TV, tuonane wakati mwingine.
Kwa heri.